Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Francois Nasser here. I'm the global go-to-market leader here at HCL's Digital Solutions, the team that brings you Domino, Notes, Verse, Same Time, Connections, Volt, Volt for Domino, Volt MX. And I'm joined here today with Vlad, the CEO and Technical Director of CYONE, one of our strategic partners here at HCL, as well as Valery, who is the CIO at Mechel. If any of you are not familiar with Mechel, Mechel is one of Russia's leading mining and coaling companies with really a global presence in 5 different continents. And we're here really to understand, Mechel's journey with Domino, and they use Domino for applications and mail. So what we're going to do today is talk about how Mechel and CYONE partner together in evaluating Domino, Notes, and Same Time, and how they partner together to resolve their future business needs. So before moving any further, let's start with some introductions. So Valery, over to you. Let's start with you.
Hello everyone. Mechel is one of the leading Russian steel and mining companies. We are also in transport business and producing of electricity, and the company has more than 53,000 employees. I'm working as an CIO for Mechel for last 3 years, and I've been working for the company for the last 17 years. The company itself is also 17 years old, so I've been working for the company since its start. Yeah, and what can be more interesting for the audience, that Domino has been with Mechel even longer. Yeah, so when the Mechel was formed, it was formed out of different companies. One of the company, Chelyabinsk Metallurgical Plant, it had Domino since 1998. Yeah, so 7 years before the company was created. Yeah, and we have experience of using Domino since 20th century.
Wow. Thank you, Vlad. That's pretty impressive. Valery said that's pretty impressive. Vlad, over to you. Tell me more about CYONE.
Hi, my name is Vlad, and I represent CYONE. So I do Domino for 23 years now, and 23 years is a long term. So I'm really excited about the technology. Still love this product, and I'm also HCL ambassador, and we do develop tools for Domino, like professional Domino monitoring. We also do 2-factor authentication for Domino, and we've been working with Mechel for 2.5 years. So we started in Russian region, so our company works globally around the world, and we started to do some free webinars about technology, sharing news about what can be done with a platform, and at some point we been invited by customers to assist in infrastructure optimization. And this is how we get introduced.
That's great, Vlad. This is just great. And us as HCL, I remember when we first started this journey back in 2019, even before 2019, we started with, attending the conferences along with IBM, and we've been working together, I think, my gosh, before the beginning of HCL software. I remember you asking a lot of questions in some of my my presentations, and it's been fantastic, right? It's great, and you've been really focused on digital solutions in the Central and Eastern European market. And you talked about, you started off with those prepackaged solutions around monitoring, 2-factor authentication. Now, tell me something. How did you start working with Mechel? Like, where did it start? How did it work?
As I said, we started first to do webinars, and we brought, let's say, a culture to share knowledge about the technology in Russian region. And then we didn't stop at this moment, and we founded a Russian nodes user group, which now has I think 600 people, Russian clients, customers from, let's say, former USSR, from Ukraine, from Belarus, from Kazakhstan. So a lot of people joined us. And yes, we've been invited by customer to work on the optimization of the infrastructure. We introduced Marvel client from Panagenda, fantastic tool. And yeah, we working daily with the customer. We now assist deploying same time, doing some optimization. And so, yes, we daily in touch with the customer.
So I have a question for you about Arnag. When did you start Arnag again? When did you restart Arnag? Was it 2 or 3 years ago?
It was 2 years ago. It was after Engage conference. So we've been sitting in Delirium bar in yes, and we thought, well, maybe we can do something similar in our region, in our native language. And yeah, thanks Theo Hasselman who inspired us. And yeah, we ran twice already. The once it was a face-to-face conference, and last year in December we did it as an online, and we are really looking forward to make it again on face-to-face conference in St. Petersburg or in some other beautiful city of Russia.
That's amazing. It's amazing to grow in 2 years to 600 people in a user. It's just impressive. Valery, over to you. So tell me how Mechel worked with CYONE.
CYONE helped us to move from the previous platforms of Domino to the newest one, and we are really happy to have CYONE as our partner in this job.
That's great. Vlad, any details on that? Like, what did you guys do with Mechel? Like, where did you start?
Yeah, we have a lot of tools that, let's say, optimize infrastructure. So we can, we are focused on, let's say, admin stuff. And we have tools that optimize applications, optimize Domino servers. And for example, my personal record is 19 times faster Domino, so 1,900% faster. It was also done in Russia at one of the telcos. And yeah, we do everything automated. That's why we can do big projects quickly. And yeah, all the tools that we developed for more than 20 years, we have at our portfolio. So yeah, we share it with the client and improve infrastructure.
Love hearing that Mechel is running V11. It's a great release, and of course, better is coming with V12. So, Valery, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you. You know, you're a large corporation, right? I mean, you're spread out. I know you have multiple mining facilities all over Russia, and really spread out in terms of also some locations where you may not have the optimal connectivity. 53,000 people globally. And you really depend, as I understand, on Domino as one core platform for a lot of your applications. Can you help me understand a little bit, some of the use cases you have, how you use them, and what the value of these applications are?
Yes, sure. Francois. First of all, Domino is our mail platform, and all users of Mechel use it for in everyday work. Yeah, and as you said, all around Russia, we are located in 8 time zones of Russia, from Pacific Ocean to Moscow. All our employees use Domino as mail agent agent. Yeah, and the new company which are acquired by Mechel are also moved from other platforms like Exchange to Domino in order to have one address book, in order to have the same features for all the companies. Yeah, it's a first use of Domino. Next is actually we use Domino as an ESM system, enterprise content management system. So, and we have around 20 how should I say, business processes automized by this system. For example, the contracts. So any company in Russia, when they start with making a new contract, they launch this process in Domino. So they launch it, they approve the wording of the contract with all responsible employees. Then the contract is authorized. We sign it, we scan it, and then we keep it in the system as an archive of all signed contracts. So actually, Domino is the system where we have all business process automized and where we have our archive. And this system via our enterprise ESB, enterprise service bus, is connected with all other systems within our IT landscape, let's say. Yeah. So if another system like SAP or OneSeat's Russian system, if we need, for example, this scan in another system, yeah, so we can get it via ESB, yeah, and it's great. Yeah, so Domino is fully integrated in all our IT landscape and is fully integrated in all business processes of the company. The next example, for example, is the power of attorneys. If an employee needs the power of attorney, he initiates this thing, then it's approved by his manager, yeah, and it's signed by electronic signature. And only after this power of attorney is issued, stamped, and also we have this scan in archive. And every time we need to look at all the power of attorneys issued, we can have it. And moreover, for example, when we print out a document from another system, and the employee who signs this contract, it will be the number and date and validity of this power of attorney in the contract from Domino. Just another case. And of course, yeah, Domino is used everywhere here in Russia, even in Siberia, even in Yakutia, when there is can be minus 50 degrees Celsius, they use it. And also when we have the poor, how should I say, the poor connection, the weak internet connection, it also works well. Yeah. So the system really helps Mechel to run its business.
So Vlad, what are your thoughts? I mean, you've seen those applications, right? For Mechel specifically, what are your thoughts there as it relates to how Mechel uses Domino?
I think it's Mechel is a great example of when a customer is using the full functionality of the platform, so mail, security, and they have also in-house development that allows to digitalize every process. So as Valery mentioned, every process can be initiated and from nodes and from any part of the world, wherever temperature is outside. If it's a stable or unstable connection, you can access the documents you need and run your business. So we can call back to slogan, Domino runs your business. So it's a great example.
It really does, and I'm really glad you brought that up, because it sounds to me, Valery, based on what you said, you're talking about contracts, you talk about workflows. It's all about, security. It's all about, and Domino, as we know, like security is built into its core. Like it's very granular with encryption, access protection, and so on. But stability is pretty important, because based on what you said, I mean, the system is down. There are no contracts being processed. There's no approvals, and so on. So give me an example or an experience when, what happens if this system is not available to you, Valery?
It will be a disaster for the company, and all business processes, let's say not all, but some major business processes will stop. But luckily, I don't remember the situation when all the system was down.
so let me get this right. So you've been at Mechel, you said, for 17 years.
Yes.
And have you had ever an issue? Do you remember an issue when something was down?
Of course it was, but how should I say? We haven't had any major disruption in work of Domino. Of course, some minor things we had. All systems have it, but if we talk about real disruptions for the business, as far as I remember, it hasn't even been caused by Domino.
I first of all, I love hearing that. I'm sure Vlad does, but we as HCL love hearing that. So I got another question for you. You mentioned earlier, right? You've migrated some of your business units that some of the businesses that you've acquired, right? From Microsoft Exchange over to Domino Mail, and right now you're also piloting same time for meetings. Why? What was your decision criteria when you looked at email, and what really got you looking at same time as a solution?
Look, if we talk about email system, we want to have one system for all the company.
Right.
It lowers our ownership cost when we have just one solution for it. It makes us, how should I say, it's more convenient for the people to communicate. It's much easier for the IT team to support this solution instead of two solutions. Yeah. So it's easier for everyone.
So I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you an interesting question, though. Why did you pick Domino? Why didn't you pick any of the other vendors?
Look, Domino was deeply rooted into Mechel's infrastructure. It was basically the first system Mechel had when it was created. All the rest, like SAP, like 1C, like many other applications which we are running now in Mechel, they didn't exist back then, but Domino was there.
Okay. So tell me now. You're evaluating same time. I know you have a pilot going. Why same time? What attracted you to same time?
It's a great platform. Good quality of sound and video. We can record our meetings, and it's great because we are still partially working remotely because of the COVID, and we will be piloting this system same time for our IT company within Mechel Group, Mechel Infotech. I'm a director, a CEO of this company as well as CIO of the company, and it was my decision that we will be piloting on ourselves the system. But after last 5 meetings I had in same time, I was fully satisfied with the quality of this solution.
Yeah, it's the quality is great. Now, one thing, and Vlad, I'm going to go over to you. One of the key criteria, if I remember, when you first came to us talking about Mechel, was around cloud, and Mechel was very much looking at an on-prem solution. So tell me a little bit more about how the Domino same time story fits within that criteria, please.
Yeah. Thank you. So for a lot of customers in region, it's important to be in charge of control the data. Yeah, because companies, especially big ones, they have a lot of know-how and they don't want to share it with third parties. And Domino, I think it's one of not many solutions that still focused on on-prem. And this is what all customers, let's say majority customers wants. And this was one of the key factors why the customer decided to upgrade to new versions, to extend Domino and continue investing in Domino.
Right. I mean, if you remember, our motto with Same Time is your meetings, your data, right? The whole idea is around privacy. And one key thing, today, we are focused here with Domino and Same Time being cloud native. So it should at any point Mechel decide to pursue containerization, leverage Kubernetes in their local data centers, Domino's ready. And should you decide to go to a private cloud, we are ready as well. So that's awesome. And I know you're on V11 right now. V12 is coming up. I don't know, Valery, if you've had a chance. I know, Vlad, you have, because you provided the feedback. If you had a chance, but when you look at V12 and the Notes client, there's really the thick Notes client, which is just beautiful UI, a really improved user experience. But there's also Nomad Web, which is that Notes client in a browser. I'm sure that's something you're going to be looking at with the launch here. We just launched of, what are the advantages you have. So I'm going to change topics a little bit and talk about a little bit more about ROI and future expansion. And I'm going to start with, let's talk about a little bit about, the power of Domino in a large, complex environment like Mechel, where you really wanted to run your applications on a centralized platform with, really critical security, high level of needs for security. Valery, if you don't mind, tell us more about being able to work with a local partner. What does it mean to you? And again, also, what are your future plans? What are you planning to do here moving forward?
Look, first of all, we have a 6-year contract for support our Domino, and we are really happy to have, how should I say, the guarantee that we will have the best support for our system, and we will understand the cost of it for next 6 years. And we will be keen to have the newest versions of Domino, of course. We want the system to develop. We want to have new mobile features for our employees. As I said, for us, Domino is not only mail solution, but also ECM system, and we want to for this ECM system also to be mobile, and we are looking forward for the new features of Domino.
So first and foremost, what is impressive here is what you mentioned, which is the 6-year contract, right? That's a long time, especially in the IT world. And I want to thank you for that, because to me, for Mechel to commit to a 6-year contract, that's showing what you have seen, the investments and how we've been improving the Domino platform, making it, getting it to world class, your confidence in HCL and CYONE into the future of Domino. I want to thank you for that confidence from Mechel. Really, really, really appreciate it. So for me as well, like, Vlad, I'm going to speak to you, but the business partner ecosystem for us, Valery, is critical, because we want to make sure that you have local people speaking your local language that come on site and help you, and they're a phone call away. You said you're covering 8 time zones. Well, as we just talked before we started the recording here, I think I'm 9 time zones. It's just having that local help is so critical, and we're so happy of our amazing partner ecosystem and how they've been able to help you at Mechel as well. So I'm going to move a little bit forward here and say, let's talk a little bit about V12, right? After all, this is part of the V12 launch, and we're super excited about that. And especially with V12, with some of those new capabilities, cloud native, mobile, the web experience, the additional low code capabilities with workflow. So Vlad, tell me, from a CYONE and a partner perspective, and an HCL ambassador as well, what are some of the key features that really excite you, and what are you looking forward to individually, as well as what you want to take to your customers?
I think there is a lot of great improvements. As you mentioned, there's a new UI of the client. Then there is an awesome backup that is built into the Domino. As well, we have option to synchronize passwords because people, they use Active Directory and they want to avoid hassle with with passwords. So we can already in Domino 10 to synchronize person records, but now we can also do synchronization. There is a lot of improvements starting from SSL certificates, and so I'm really excited. And of course, the Nomad Web is really promising. We know that a lot of customers still stay with Domino, but just a nice option to access Domino applications from browser. So I'm really looking forward to try it. And we already been running beta in our company, and I'm really looking to see what will be in the final release.
That's great, and I got to tell you, some of the customers that I've been working with, the excitement is interesting because the changes that we're bringing to the table with Nomad Web, with mobile, with the password synchronization, not only are they key IT benefits from a cost reduction, right? Not having to deploy a thick client, not having to maintain 2 directories, not having to rewrite applications to make them mobile or web enabled. It's an IT benefit from a cost reduction, but from a user experience perspective, it's just fantastic, right? I live in a browser now. I can have my applications and my mail in a browser. I don't have to remember to pass. So it's really hitting on both the IT backend infrastructure as well as the end user satisfaction and improvement in the user experience, which is just fantastic. To that end, one thing that we have been doing here with the V12 launch is we went to our services is what can we do as a software solution provider to help our customers? And I want to highlight a couple of offers that we are making available to our customers. And there's really 2, and they're very focused on V12 and the capabilities of V12 as well as Domino Vault. The first one is upgrading to V12. So bring us in or bring a partner in to help a customer upgrade to V12. And what we want to do is we will invest with that customer to enable that Nomad Web capability, because we really want to see our customers take advantage of Nomad Web and really, again, reduce their total cost of ownership around the client and really provide that new client experience to their end users. The other offer we have is around what we call the Thunderbolt Accelerator. And we are so excited about Domino Vault. This has been the best uptake from a new product perspective since we launched it April of last year. We have literally today about 500 customers already on Domino Vault, building applications so much faster. And the offer we're going to make here is pretty simple. If a customer adds Domino Vault, we will build your first applications at no cost. We will invest, we will work with you just to show you the speed. And why can we do this? Because we really do believe that building a Vault application is so quick that we can handle this load and we can handle the investment in our customers just to prove how great Domino Vault is. Again, there's the QR code there. Just go over there. You'll have a lot more details around this and these 2 offers moving forward. The next thing is just remember today, your next Domino dozen up next tomorrow is all about cloud native and how it can help our customers succeed. We'll talk about, again, whether you're on-prem, whether you're going to private cloud, how cloud native can help our customers. So come back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, U.S. Eastern Time, June 16th, to see this next release of the Domino Dozen. With that, Vlad, Valery, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us on the Domino journey. We are excited to have you, both Vlad as a partner and Valery and Mechel as a customer. We love working with you, and we look forward to great futures, definitely for the next 6 years. So with that, we conclude this session. Vlad, Valery, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.